Stop right there. Don't scroll, my beloved child. Listen carefully, because what you are about to hear is not random. It is a direct spiritual alert meant only for you. Something sacred, something hidden. Something connected to your family's past has just been released back into your life. Archangel Michael says, a secret property, a forgotten blessing, has been shifted into your name in the spiritual realm. And Jesus whispers, I am exposing the one who tried to take it from your family. My beloved child, this is not a joke. Don't skip. Don't move. Stay right here with me. Because the address connected to this blessing will shock you to your core. Your angels have been fighting silently to return something that was stolen, claimed, or manipulated years ago. And tonight, heaven finally said, enough. Don't scroll. You are about to hear the reason. Your spirit has been restless all day. You are about to understand why someone in your family has been acting strangely around you. You are about to know who tried to take what belonged to your bloodline, and why heaven is exposing them now. Stay till the end, for the blessing is real. The warning is real. And the restoration begins the moment you do not scroll. My beloved child, listen with me slowly. Because Archangel Michael says, the blessing that returns today is older than your daughter, older than your memories, older than your pain. It belongs to your bloodline. There was a property, a piece of land, a home, a space, a physical blessing that once carried your family's name spiritually. Even if you never saw it, your ancestors did. Your grandparents did. Someone in your lineage placed their dreams, sweat, tears, or prayers upon it. But then, a betrayal happened. Not loud. Not violent. Not obvious. A hidden betrayal. A manipulation. A silent move made behind someone's back. Michael says, someone shifted your family's blessing with dishonesty. Don't scroll. This betrayal created a wound in your bloodline. A wound that you never saw, but you have always felt. This is why you've struggled with home stability. You've faced unexpected obstacles around renting or buying. You felt spiritually blocked from having your own place. You've had seasons where you felt misplaced. You've sensed tension around property or money in the family. You weren't imagining it. This was the spiritual echo of something taken from your ancestors before you were even born. Jesus says, I am restoring what was stolen in darkness. Don't move. The one who tried to take this blessing didn't just take something physical. They took peace. They took stability. They took inheritance energy. They took what should have flowed into your home. And heaven watched. Not with anger. Not with revenge. But with a plan. A plan to expose. A plan to return. A plan to restore. Tonight. That plan activates. Don't scroll. Your restlessness today was the signal. Your sudden chills were confirmation. Your intuition was reacting to a spiritual shift happening in real time. Michael whispers. The person who tried to take from your family has been spiritually exposed. No more hiding. No more manipulation. No more silent control. This exposure is not meant to punish. It is meant to free you. Free your future. Free your daughter. Free your lineage. Free your home. Because a blessing stolen always returns with interest. When heaven steps in before you leave, like to seal the restoration of your family's blessing. Subscribe so the next part reaches you before the exposure begins. Comment. Restore my family blessing, Jesus. Share with 10 people. So heaven expands the blessing into your entire home. My beloved child. Don't scroll. Don't move. Stay right here with me. Because Archangel Michael says, the betrayal was never against the land. It was against your bloodline. This blessing, this hidden property, that spiritually belongs to your family, was interfered with by someone who should have protected your lineage, but didn't. Not a stranger. Not an outsider. Not an enemy with a weapon. But someone with access. Someone who knew your family. Someone who watched silently as your ancestors struggled, yet benefited from their silence. Don't scroll. Heaven reveals the identity type. It was someone with a sweet face, but a calculating heart. Someone who acted helpful, but moved in secrecy. Someone close enough to your family, but distant enough to hide their intentions. Michael says, they were not evil. They were driven by fear, jealousy, or desperation. This is why heaven did not punish them then. Heaven simply watched and waited for the right moment to restore what was taken. Tonight, that restoration has begun. Don't move. Here is the truth heaven is showing. This person tried to take ownership, sign something without rightful authority, shift a blessing into their name, hide paperwork, block your family from receiving something, or benefit from a property that was never meant to be theirs. But hear this clearly. What begins in manipulation always ends in exposure. That is the law of heaven. Don't scroll. This exposure is not meant to embarrass them. It is meant to free you. Because their actions created a spiritual blockage around your stability, your finances, your sense of belonging, your home energy, your generational blessings. This is why you've often felt delays when trying to settle, unexpected problems when trying to move, sudden losses, constant starting over, fear whenever you try to create stability. Confusion around home decisions. You weren't imagining it, my beloved child. Your spirit was reacting to a spiritual injustice. Jesus whispers. Tonight, justice begins with exposure. Don't move. Heaven reveals exactly what's happening now. The person who tried to take the blessing is losing their spiritual hold over it. The invisible cord that tied their energy to your blessing has been cut. Michael says. You felt chills earlier today because the separation already began. No more spiritual interference. No more delays. No more confusion. No more silent sabotage. No more generational blockage. Your daughter is now free from the energy that came from this betrayal. Your home is now free from the shadow attached to this incident. Your spirit is now aligned with restoration. Don't scroll. And now, heaven shows the reason. The address will shock you. It will not shock you because of danger. It will shock you because of familiarity. The location connected to your family's blessing is tied to a place you know. You've visited. You've passed by. You've heard someone talk about. Or you've had dreams about. But never understood why. Jesus says, the Spirit always recognizes what the eyes do not. That is why you will feel a strange wave of recognition when the truth unfolds. Don't move. Archangel Michael shows one more detail. The blessing returning to your family is not just a house or land. It is the energy of stability, home, peace, roots, belonging, legacy, inheritance. This blessing will not only affect you, but your children and your children's children. Don't scroll. Michael whispers. The exposure is the beginning. The restoration is the reward. And tonight, heaven has chosen your family for this restoration. No more loss. No more hidden betrayal. No more spiritual blockage. The blessing is returning. Piece by piece. Day by day. Step by step. And nothing, and no one, can stop it now. If you stayed till the end, heaven has already begun exposing the hidden betrayal and restoring what belongs to your family. Before you leave, like, to strengthen the restoration over your home. Subscribe, so part 3 reaches you exactly when heaven wants. Comment. Jesus, restore my family's blessing. Share with 10 people. So the blessing multiplies across your entire lineage. My beloved child. Don't move. Don't scroll. Stay right here with me. Because Archangel Michael says, the blessing returning to your family is tied to a place you never expected. Yet your spirit always knew. The shocking part is not the property itself, It is the location. A place woven deep into your past. Your memories. Your intuition. Your dreams. Don't scroll. Heaven now reveals the truth. There is a certain address. A certain neighborhood. A certain piece of land. That has always made you feel something. Not fear. Not excitement. But recognition. You've passed by it and felt a pull. You've seen it in photos. And felt a shiver. You've mentioned it casually. Without knowing why. You've heard someone talk about it. And felt your heart react. Michael says. Your spirit recognized what your memory forgot. This address is spiritually tied to your bloodline. This location was meant to be part of your family's story. This land was meant to hold your family's blessing. Don't scroll. Jesus reveals. The place that calls your spirit is the place heaven is restoring. This is why your mind always circled back to it. Your dreams showed pieces of it. You felt uneasy or emotional around it. You sensed someone in your family once lived near it. You couldn't explain the connection. You felt drawn without knowing why. Your spirit wasn't imagining things. It was remembering. Don't move. Heaven shows the reason. Many years ago. Long before you. Before your daughter. Before this generation. Someone in your family prayed on that land. Maybe it was ownership. Maybe it was a dream. Maybe it was hope. Maybe it was security. Maybe it was survival. Whatever it was, that prayer remained planted, like a seed buried deep in the earth. And tonight, that seed has cracked open. Michael whispers. A prayer from your ancestors has finally reached its season. Don't scroll. And here is the part that will shock your soul. The person who tried to take this blessing was close enough to know its value, but blind enough to misunderstand its purpose. They wanted control. God wanted restoration. They acted in secrecy. Heaven acted in justice. They believed they could shift destiny by moving papers or hiding information. But Jesus steps in now and says, you cannot take what heaven seals. Don't move. The address connected to your family is being unveiled in layers. First layer. Memory. You will suddenly remember a place you haven't thought of in years. Second layer. Recognition. You will feel a strange wave of familiarity. Third layer. Confirmation. Someone will mention this place again in the coming days, and your spirit will shake. Fourth layer. Revelation. You will see, hear, or dream exact details that confirm heaven's message. Don't scroll. Michael says, the reason you feel drawn to this location is because your spirit is being guided back to what your ancestors built. This address holds unfinished prayers, unclaimed blessings, generational roots, family stability, spiritual protection. And now, the blessing is coming full circle. Don't move. Heaven gives a final deep revelation. The shocking address is not meant to scare you. It is meant to return you to what was once yours. This is why you are hearing this today, and not months ago. You were not ready then. Your daughter was not healed enough. Your home was not stable enough. Your spirit was not open enough. But now, Jesus says, your heart is ready. Your home is ready. Your lineage is ready. The restoration has begun. And the address, when it comes, will not fill you with fear. It will fill you with the deepest peace you felt in years. If you stayed till the end, the address connected to your family blessing is already moving toward you in the spiritual realm. Before you leave, like, to seal the restoration into your bloodline. Subscribe, so part 4 reaches you before the next shift. Comment. Reveal the address, Jesus. Share with 10 people. So the blessing expands across your entire family. My beloved child. Don't scroll. Don't move. Stay right here with me. Because Archangel Michael says, the one who interfered with your family blessing did not act out of strength. They acted out of fear. This betrayal did not come from someone far away. It came from someone too close to be suspected. Don't scroll. Heaven shows clearly. This person was not your enemy. Not someone violent. Not someone dangerous. But someone who carried jealousy, insecurity, entitlement, silent resentment, competitiveness, a fear of losing, a desire for control. This is what pushed them to reach for something that was never theirs to take. Michael whispers, their actions were not born from evil. They were born from weakness. Don't move. Here is the identity type. Heaven reveals. This person is older than you or emotionally older. Someone who acted confident. Someone who wanted to appear responsible. Someone who disliked seeing others receive blessings. Someone who thought they deserved more. Someone who smiled, but tightly. Someone with a habit of controlling situations. Someone who kept secrets in the name of protection. Someone who believed they knew what was best. Someone in your family circle or just outside it. Don't scroll. Heaven shows something important. This person did not want to destroy your family. They wanted to secure something for themselves. They thought, this belongs to me. This blessing should be mine. I deserve this. They don't need it as much as I do. But what they didn't know was, Every blessing has a name embedded into it. And this one carried your family name. Not theirs. Not anyone else's. Yours. Jesus says, "What was written for you cannot be claimed by another." Don't move. Here is why heaven is exposing them now. Their interference created a spiritual blockage around your home stability, your money, your sense of security, your daughter's emotional peace, your family's generational flow. This blockage had to be removed before the blessing could be restored. And tonight, that removal is happening. Michael whispers, exposure is not punishment. Exposure is protection. The truth is coming out. Because the blessing is returning home. Don't scroll. Heaven reveals the real reason. They tried to take it. They felt threatened by your family's destiny. Not by your strength, but by your light. Because your family carries resilience, integrity, spiritual favor, ancestral strength, divine covering, generational promise. And they knew that once your family received this blessing, everything in your future would rise. That scared them. Jesus says, they acted out of scarcity, not abundance. Don't move. Now listen carefully. Their time in the shadows is ending. Their quiet manipulation is ending. Their spiritual influence is ending. Their interference is ending. And heaven says, the blessing is shifting back to its rightful bloodline. Don't scroll. The one who tried to take it will now see clearly that the blessing was never theirs. Not legally. Not spiritually. Not ancestrally. It belonged only to your family. And heaven has decided to return it with peace. If you stayed till the end, the spiritual exposure has already begun. Before you leave, like, to strengthen the angelic exposure. Subscribe, so part 5 reaches you instantly. Comment. Expose and restore, Jesus. Share with 10 people, so your entire family line receives protection. My beloved child, don't scroll. Don't move. Stay with me very closely. Because Archangel Michael says, the spiritual restoration has begun. And now the physical signs will follow. You are about to notice something in the coming hours or days that will confirm heaven's message so clearly that your heart will tremble with recognition. Don't scroll. Jesus reveals. Blessings move from the spiritual realm into the physical realm through signs. Small signs. Subtle signs. Signs that appear ordinary, but carry divine weight. You may miss them if you scroll away. Stay with me. Don't move. Here are the first signs. Heaven is revealing to you. Sign 1, a random conversation about property. Someone. A neighbor, a friend, a relative, or even a stranger, will suddenly mention a house, an old family land, someone's property story, a legal situation, a land dispute, or a home that was taken unfairly. You will feel a strange sensation in your chest or stomach. That moment is heaven saying, the restoration has begun. Don't scroll. Sign 2, unexpected memory flashbacks. You will suddenly remember a street, a house, a relative, a village, a neighborhood, an old story, something your parents once said, a place from your past, or a conversation from years ago. This memory is not random. Michael whispers. Your spirit is guiding you to the location of the blessing. Don't move. Sign 3, your night feels different. Tonight or very soon, you will notice unusual silence, peaceful heaviness, a warm breath near your shoulder, a calmness in your home, or sudden chills. This is not fear. This is Michael's presence. He is securing your household. Because the blessing is crossing realms. Don't scroll. Sign 4, someone who wronged your family becomes restless ***. The person who interfered with your family's blessing will begin showing signs of discomfort. They may avoid you, act unusually kind, bring up old memories, talk nervously, avoid eye contact, or suddenly become quiet. Why? Because they can feel the spiritual shift happening. Jesus says, when truth rises, those who hit it tremble. Don't move. Sign 5, a dream about a place. This is one of the strongest signs. You may dream about a house, a yard, a gate, a street, a room, or a property connected to your ancestors. You may not understand the dream, but your spirit will recognize it instantly. Michael whispers. The dream is the map. Don't scroll. Sign 6, a feeling of peace you can't explain. This is the final sign, and the most powerful. A sudden wave of comfort will wash over you. No fear. No confusion. Just deep, steady peace. This peace means the blessing is already shifting in your family's favor. Don't move. Heaven is removing the blockage, cutting the spiritual ties of manipulation, and returning what carries your bloodline's name. Jesus says, what belongs to your family is returning to your family. And nothing, no one, no hidden betrayal, no old injustice can stop this restoration now. The first physical sign will appear soon. And when it does, Your spirit will recognize it instantly. If you stayed till the end, the first sign is already approaching your life. Before you leave, like, to strengthen the arrival of the physical sign. Subscribe, so part 6 reaches you before the sign appears. Comment. Reveal the first sign, Jesus. Share with 10 people, so the restoration multiplies across your family. My beloved child, don't move. Don't scroll. Stay right here with me. Because Archangel Michael says, the moment of revelation is here. You are about to understand why this blessing was delayed, who interfered with it, and how heaven is shifting everything back into your family's hands. Don't scroll. Michael reveals, the person who caused the blockage was not a stranger. It was someone emotionally connected to your family history. Not an enemy with bad intentions. Not someone wishing destruction, but someone carrying fear of losing control, insecurity about their future, jealousy when others rise, a desire to feel important, a belief that they deserved more, resentment built quietly over years. This person did not hate your family. They simply wanted to feel that life owed them something. They thought, this opportunity should be mine. This blessing belongs to me. I need this more than they do. And in that emotional weakness, they reached for what was not theirs. Don't move. Jesus whispers. Their hands touched something that carried another family's name. And heaven cannot allow that. This is why the blessing was delayed. Not lost. It paused. Until this interference was exposed. Now, finally, the exposure has begun. Don't scroll. Heaven shows the kind of signs you will see from this person soon. 1. Their behavior changes suddenly. They may become overly friendly, strangely quiet, guilty, restless, uncomfortable around you, eager to talk, or eager to avoid you. Because their spirit recognizes that heaven has touched your timeline. 2. They bring up old topics. They may mention the past, especially things related to family property, old homes, inheritance stories, money, land, legal matters, generational blessings. This won't be random. It will be the spiritual pressure showing on the physical level. 3. They act uncertain. They will feel nervous, sensitive, shaky, unsettled, because the blessing is slipping from their spiritual grasp. Don't move. Michael says, exposure is not humiliation. Exposure is correction. This is heaven putting everything back into proper alignment. The blessing is now shifting into your life, not theirs. Don't scroll. Jesus reveals how this shift happens. Shift 1: the emotional release. Your heaviness will suddenly lift. You will feel lighter. Your worries about stability will begin to fade. Shift 2: the spiritual reconnection. You will feel drawn toward a specific place, a specific memory, or a specific location connected to the blessing. This is heaven guiding your spirit. Shift 3: the human confirmation. You will hear someone mention the same area, property, or issue that heaven has been pointing you toward. This will confirm the direction. Shift 4: the exposure moment. The person who interfered will unintentionally reveal themselves through their words, reactions, or behavior. Not aggressively, not violently, but through guilt, discomfort, or nervous energy. Shift 5: the blessing steps toward you. You will receive unexpected news, unexpected clarity, unexpected communication, unexpected opportunity, unexpected paperwork, unexpected guidance, unexpected confirmation. These moments will tell you heaven has moved something in your favor. Don't move, because Michael gives one last message. The blessing was delayed to protect your peace, and now it returns to restore your future. This blessing is not small. It carries stability, security, inheritance, spiritual covering, a new foundation for your daughter, generational restoration. What was once blocked is now being released, and no interference can touch it again. The blessing is sealed. The shift is active, and the return is guaranteed. If you stayed until the end, the restoration has already entered your home. In the spiritual realm, before you leave, like, to strengthen the angelic shift. Subscribe, so part 7 reaches you the moment heaven moves again. Comment. Shift my blessing back to my family, Jesus. Share with 10 people, so the restoration spreads across your entire bloodline. My beloved child, don't move. Don't scroll. Stay exactly where you are. Archangel Michael is standing near you right now, and he says, the blessing that was blocked has already begun moving toward your family. But your daughter, she will feel it first. Why? Because heaven always touches the youngest spirit in the home before it settles into the foundation. Listen with me carefully. Don't scroll. Jesus reveals a daughter carries the emotional pulse of the family. When a spiritual blessing is released, it touches the heart center first. And your daughter's heart is connected directly to yours. She is the emotional reflection of everything you carry. Your fears, your strength, your burdens, your hopes, your protection, your breaking points, your silent prayers. That's why she will feel the blessing. As a shift before you see it. As a manifestation. Don't move. Michael says. Watch her reactions in the next 7 days. There will be signs. Clear, undeniable, heaven-sent signs. That the blessing is entering through her spirit. Sign 1, a sudden calmness. She may become unusually peaceful. Less irritated. Less restless. More centered. That's not a mood swing. It's the angelic presence. Settling around her. Sign 2, she talks differently. Her voice may sound softer. Or strangely mature. Or she may express something like, I feel safe now. I feel lighter. I don't know why, but I feel good today. Heaven is touching her emotions. Sign 3, she mentions a place. She might call out. A street. A city. A house. A person. A memory. A location. This won't be random. It will be tied to the blessing. That is shifting back into your possession. Don't scroll, my beloved child. This part is crucial. Sign 4, she becomes protective. Your daughter may suddenly stand closer to you. Check on you more often. Act like she's guarding you. Become alert about someone. Sense danger before it appears. This is because the blessing is entering through her spirit and expanding around you. Sign 5, her dreams change. She might have dreams of light. Dreams of a house. Dreams of walking with someone. Dreams of old family members. Dreams that feel too real. This is the spiritual realm. Passing messages through her subconscious. Don't move. Michael says. The blessing will enter softly. But it will reveal itself loudly. The moment your daughter receives the first wave of divine protection, you will feel warmth in the chest, chills on the arms, sudden relief, a light pressure lifting, clarity returning, heaviness breaking. That is heaven confirming. What was taken is returning. And watch this closely. Your daughter will unknowingly guide you to the next step of this blessing. She may ask you a strange question, point toward a direction, mention someone's name, ask to visit a place, talk about something you forgot, remind you of an old responsibility. Heaven will use her as the first receiver, the activator, and the emotional key to bring the blessing fully into your life. Don't scroll. Because Jesus reveals the deeper truth. Your daughter carries the part of your destiny that was blocked. That is why she feels the shift first. This blessing is not small. It brings stability, safety, protection, recovery, restoration, generational healing, emotional peace, divine order, a fixed foundation. This is not only for you. It is for the entire future of your family. And now, the blessing is walking toward you. Through the person heaven chose. As the first receiver. Your daughter. Before you scroll away, Michael commands. Seal this blessing with your obedience. To activate the next part. Like to protect the blessing that just touched your daughter. Subscribe so part 8 reaches you without delay. Comment. My daughter and my home are covered in divine protection. Share with 10 people. So the blessing multiplies and settles permanently in your bloodline. My beloved child. Don't move. Don't scroll. Listen with me, because Archangel Michael is speaking directly into your home right now. He says, the blessing entering through your daughter has already exposed the one who tried to divide your family. And you need to hear this. Because the next few moments will determine how fast heaven reverses the damage. Don't scroll. Michael reveals. Someone close to you, someone who carried your trust, tried to plant seeds of misunderstanding inside your daughter's spirit. This was not random. This was not accidental. This was intentional energy. The enemy rarely attacks the strong first. It attacks the emotional bridge between the strong and the next generation. Your daughter is that bridge. Don't move. Heaven says the person tried to influence her through subtle comments, emotional manipulation, guilt, jealousy, fear, pretending to care, twisting your words, magnifying old memories, raising doubts about your intentions. Not to ruin her, but to weaken the protection around your family. Because once a daughter disconnects emotionally, your entire foundation becomes vulnerable. But listen. Jesus says, the attack failed because the daughter began receiving the blessing before the manipulation fully took root. Don't scroll. Your daughter felt something in her spirit. A discomfort around that person. A heaviness after speaking with them. A sudden urge to distance herself. She didn't know why. But heaven did. Michael says. The angel assigned to her stepped between their words and her heart. That's why she became quieter recently. More observant. Less reactive. More emotional at night. More protective of you. This was not mood. This was spiritual defense. Don't move. Now Archangel Michael reveals exactly how heaven is reversing the manipulation. Reversal 1. Emotional clarity. Your daughter will suddenly see the true intention of that person. Something will click. Something will become obvious. A comment will expose everything. Reversal 2. Emotional reconnection. She will feel drawn to you. Even more than before. She will speak softer. Stand closer. Behave more gently. And feel safer around you. This is heaven restoring the emotional bridge. Reversal 3. The saboteur's weakening. The person who tried to influence her will become uncomfortable around you. Their eyes will avoid you. Their tone will shift. They will speak less. They will back away. Because divine light always separates truth from manipulation. Reversal 4. Divine exposure. Within the next 7 days, this person will reveal something unintentionally. A statement, a slip, a confession disguised as a joke. That makes your daughter see exactly who they really are. Reversal 5. Heaven's realignment. Your daughter's heart will emotionally turn toward you and away from the manipulator. This happens quietly, but powerfully. Don't scroll. Michael says, the blessing that enters through the daughter will return strength to the mother. Meaning, your daughter's emotional clarity will restore your spiritual stability. The same person who tried to divide will now stand powerless as heaven rebuilds your bond. Don't move. Jesus says, a mother and daughter tied by divine protection cannot be separated by human manipulation. The attack is already reversing. The damage is already healing. The confusion is already clearing. The relationship is already mending. Heaven is rewriting the ending. The enemy tried to steal. Before you scroll away, seal this healing. Archangel Michael says, every like on this message strengthens the shield over your daughter's heart. Like to protect the mother-daughter connection. Subscribe so Part 9 reaches you without delay. Comment. My daughter's heart is sealed in divine truth. Share with 10 people. So the reversal multiplies and protects your entire bloodline. My beloved child. Don't move. Don't scroll. Listen with me. Because what you're about to hear will shift the spiritual atmosphere inside your home tonight. Archangel Michael is standing at the doorway of your home right now. His wings are stretched wide. His sword is lit with divine fire. And he is releasing a blessing that will snap the final chain the enemy used to influence your daughter's emotions. Don't scroll. Heaven says, the attack didn't start with the daughter. It started with the home. Because when the home weakens, every heart inside becomes vulnerable. And when the home strengthens, every heart inside becomes untouchable. So listen carefully. Because tonight marks the beginning of your home being spiritually sealed. Michael reveals, the first shift, the air in your home will change. A heaviness has been lingering. Not depression. Not sadness. But a spiritual weight placed by someone's jealousy. Heaven says that weight snaps tonight. You will notice a change in the silence, the air, the energy of the rooms, the emotional tone of the home, the way your daughter moves, the way conversations unfold. This is not imagination. This is divine cleansing. Don't scroll. The second shift, the blessing of peace. Michael says, Peace will return to this home. Real peace. The kind that silence cannot break. And fear cannot touch. Your daughter will sleep deeper. You will breathe easier. Your mind will stop racing during the night. Your heart will stop bracing for bad news. This is part of the protection blessing. The third shift, the invisible removal. Listen carefully. Heaven is removing someone's energy from your home, even if they haven't physically been there recently. Spiritual attacks don't require presence. They require intention. Someone's intention has been hovering around you. Around your daughter. Around your peace. Tonight, Archangel Michael cuts that influence completely. Don't move. The fourth shift, the home will start speaking. Not with words, but with signs. You may feel sudden chills. A light breeze when no window is open. Unexpected warmth near certain objects. A soft ringing in your ear. A sudden sense of being watched, gently, lovingly, protectively. These are confirmations. Your home is becoming a spiritual fortress. The fifth shift, the return of unity. Heaven says, the enemy divided with whispers. We restore with truth. Your daughter's attitude will soften. Your conversations will deepen. Distance will turn into closeness. Misunderstandings will fade. Confusion will break. There will be moments where she looks at you longer. Where she speaks more honestly. Where she feels moved to comfort you. Without knowing why. This is the divine realignment. Don't scroll. The final shift, the home blessing activation. Michael says, when the home is restored, the family cannot be destroyed. Tonight, before you sleep, one simple line triggers the blessing fully. Archangel Michael, seal my home in divine truth and light. The moment you say it, you will feel warmth. Through your chest. Your arms. Your breath. That warmth is the blessing entering your home. And once it enters, it does not leave. Not unless you ignore it. Not unless you walk away before it completes. Not unless you stop listening. Don't move. Heaven says, those who stay until the end receive the full protection. Those who scroll leave the blessing unfinished. You have stayed. Your home is being sealed. Your daughter is being protected. Your family is being restored. The enemy planned tragedy. But heaven is writing protection. Before you leave this message, you must seal what Archangel Michael has released. Like, it activates the blessing over every room. Subscribe, so the final part reaches you instantly. Comment. My home is sealed in divine light. Share with 10 people. Heaven says every share multiplies the protection around your daughter. My beloved child. Don't move. Don't scroll. Now is the moment heaven has been preparing you for. All the warnings. All the chills. All the strange signs. All the moments your heart whispered, something is not right. have led you here. Archangel Michael stands before you now, sword lifted. And he says, what happens in these next moments will decide the next chapter of your daughter's life and the future of your home. Listen carefully. Tonight, heaven finally unmasks the person who has been spiritually interfering with your family's destiny. 4 months, maybe years. Someone has been speaking doubt into your daughter's life, making her question her future, making her feel unsafe, pushing her into choices that weaken her path. Not through curses, not through spells, but through manipulation. Heaven says, the enemy does not always attack loudly. Sometimes it whispers. Don't scroll. This person, the one heaven is revealing now, is someone who comes across as overly helpful, overly interested, overly curious, oddly present during your daughter's weakest moments, strangely invested in her personal decisions, subtly pulling her away from you, gently shifting her loyalty, slowly controlling her emotions. Michael says, the danger was never in the face. The danger was in the influence. You may have felt discomfort when their name was mentioned, a heaviness when they visited, a strange silence after they left, a shift in your daughter's mood, sudden disagreements, unexpected distance, unexplained arguments, emotional unpredictability. This was not coincidence. This was spiritual tampering. Don't move. Heaven reveals something even deeper. Your daughter is not betraying you. She is being swayed by someone who envies your bond with her. This person is threatened by your wisdom, your strength, your spiritual insight, your closeness with your daughter, your voice of truth. So they began using subtle influence to turn her heart away and turn her decisions toward their benefit. But listen. This is the miracle. Tonight, heaven breaks their influence completely. Michael says, their voice will lose power. Their suggestions will dissolve. Their control will collapse. Your daughter's clarity will return. Her loyalty will return. Her emotional balance will return. Her trust in you will return. And most importantly, her spiritual protection will return. Don't scroll. Now listen to the final divine message. Your daughter's future is no longer in danger, because the hidden hand behind her confusion has been cut away. Tonight ends the attack. Tonight begins the rebuilding. You will feel peace return to your home, like air filling a room after a storm. Your daughter will feel lighter, calmer, clearer. Your heart will stop carrying invisible weight. This is the final sealing. And now, Archangel Michael gives one last instruction. Speak this blessing aloud. For what is spoken in light cannot be taken by darkness. Say, Archangel Michael, protect my daughter's path, restore her heart, and surround my home with divine truth. The moment you say it, Your home becomes spiritually impenetrable. This is the final chapter. This is the divine ending. This is the restoration heaven promised. Don't scroll. Before you leave, you must close this blessing properly. Like, to activate the restoration over your daughter. Subscribe, so the next message from heaven reaches you instantly. Comment. My daughter is protected in divine light. Share with 10 people. Every share extends angelic covering over your home. My beloved child, you did not find this message. This message was sent directly to you. And Archangel Michael whispers, the danger is broken. The influence is gone. Your family is safe. And your daughter is returning to the light. If you want a new title, or the next series, just say,